In this video, I'm going to be reconstructing my 2.13 Pyraminx OCR average. So before I reconstruct the solves, the method I use is called L4E, and it involves constructing a V shape like this, and then using a series of inserts to solve the rest. With that out of the way, let's get into the solves. So the first solve was a 1.48 OCR single. And the first thing I noticed when I saw the scramble is this block. And because of this block, I want to construct a V on either the green or the blue face, because the block is going to make it easier on those faces. And I looked at the green face and I saw that if I inserted these two edges in a particular way, I could solve the whole thing automatically. And the way I saw it is if I insert this edge, using like this, and this edge through a hedge, then the rest is solved. And so I did this, except while I inserted this, I did the U like this in order to solve this tip, and then I just did a hedge U prime and then this thing. So this second scramble has a lot of blocks. You have this block here, you have this block here, and you have, well, a double block here. And so I saw this block, and since they're both on yellow, I decided to do the yellow V first. Except it ended up being more than a V, because if you preserve these two blocks and make them into a V by putting this center up, then this center, then this center, which is the only way to preserve both blocks, then not only do you get a V, you get a whole layer. And so I saw the last move of the layer, which was R prime, and I thought that I could cancel into this case. Before doing the R prime, I decided to do the U, and then do the R prime, and then I just have a 4-move insert. And then it's solved. So for the third scramble, I saw this block immediately, and I also saw that if I do a U prime, then this block gets made. And since both of these blocks are on the blue face, I thought I would do the blue V. And so my solution was just U prime, R prime, U prime. And then you have a V. And then I have just this easy case, which is just 2 inserts, and then the tip. Pretty straightforward. So the fourth solve was a 182. And initially this doesn't look like a good scramble because there aren't any blocks anywhere. But you can make a lot of them very quickly. So first of all, if you do the move L prime, it creates this block and this block. And if you do a U after that, it creates this block. And I had 2 yellow blocks, so I decided to do the yellow V. And if I insert these 2 centers to make a V, then I just have an easy 3-move insert, and then solved. So the fifth solve was a 211, and what I saw first is that I have this red-green block, and if I preserve it while I insert this center like this, then I just have only 1 block, and to make a V I need 2 blocks. And so if I preserve it like this instead, with an R instead of an R prime, then when I move this center over, it creates a double block, and I can just move that down, make a V, do the tip, and this is a very easy L4E case. There are multiple ways of doing it, but I just like to do it hedge, U prime, hedge. Thanks for watching my reconstruction video.